Welcome back to our New York studios, everybody. Now, after next weekend, the Chicago Bears are going to find themselves in an unaccustomed place this time of year. They're going to join you at home, watching the playoffs on TV. The Bears failed to make postseason play for the first time since '83. And as Dick Butkus reports, there's one Bear who is especially heartbroken.
It was only 4 years ago that the Chicago Bears shuffled into America's heart. The wild and crazy Bears captivated the country with a dominating style all their own. A style which now has become a fading memory. This year, dreams of reliving that Super Bowl glory unraveled due to injuries and inexperience. And no one has felt that anguish more than the Bears captain, Mike Singletary.
You find yourself at times you don't know what to feel. You feel frustrated, you feel disappointed, but you know that after a season like this, some character has been built. You know that something inside you has been touched.
You know, you started the season 4-0. What went wrong?
What we really didn't look at is the fact that we had so many young guys, and 4-0 meant 16-0 to them. And sometimes that can be a tough thing to overcome.
One of the biggest factors in the Bears' demise was their lack of a take-charge quarterback. Mike Tomczak and Jim Harbaugh were bruised badly, both on and off the field.
They've taken a lot of criticism this year. They've been beaten down by a lot of people. And I think that people have to tell them, hey, guys, we do believe you can do it. We know that you can do it.
You think trading Jim McMahon was the right thing to do?
You look back on it and you say, wow, you know, why did that happen, or why did it do that? It's easy to say now, but at the time it was a clear-cut decision.
The defense started to come apart in Week 5, and one man's heart, no matter how big, could not carry a wounded, inexperienced squad. Nothing, in fact, could reverse the slide.
We think we are absolutely an atrocious football team at this point right now. I doubt we will be fortunate to win one more game.
Mike was just really frustrated. There was one time that we had guys here that had such an ego and so much pride that you could tell them that they weren't any good. You could tell them that they weren't good football players, but they didn't believe anyways. But now we've got a different kind of player. You got kids here that'll play their hearts out for you. But at the same time, if you get down on them a little too hard, they may not ever come back out of that shell. Once you form unity, it's unconquerable. And I think this is one of the things that the team has to get back to, unity and realizing that one for all and all for one. I mean, no matter how corny it sounds, that's what it's got to be. And I know that that's going to happen.
What's Mike McCaskey's reaction to the way Ditka's handled things this year?
Well, he's talked to Mike Ditka about being too hard on the club. They're a young team, Brent, and by taking that hard line, he's sort of frustrated him a little bit. They'll change that next year.
Now, Irv, we've got several news stories that we've been following today. First now in the NFL, the 49ers play the Bills later on. Quarterback Joe Montana, nursing those bruised ribs, will not start. Steve Young, of course, one of the better backups in the NFL. The 49ers have already wrapped up the home field advantage, so they can afford to give Montana the week off. Now, in another late game, the New York Jets will be forced to start quarterback Tony Eason, the former Patriot, against the Rams, even though Eason's only had time to pick up about 40% of Joe Walton's offense. Now, Davis Cup tennis, Boris Becker has defeated Mats Wilander in straight sets to clinch West Germany's second consecutive Davis Cup championship. And on a somber note in the NBA, Portland Trailblazer rookie Ramon Ramos, he remains in a coma following yesterday's automobile accident. Doctors now give him only a 50-50 chance of survival. He was a star at Seton Hall last year, and of course our prayers are with him as he fights for his life this afternoon. Now, switching over to the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings, trying to win a Central Division title for the first time since 1980, lead the Cleveland Browns. I guess we can say the Schnelkers are ahead of the Tressmans here, 3-0. Both offensive coordinators are under a little bit of fire, and there has not been much punch in this one. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers, they're fighting to stay alive for that division title, and they've had some offensive show against the Chicago Bears so far. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of teams have had offensive fireworks against the Bears when Dan Hampton can't play. What a great run here by Woodside.
He's fighting his way off his left guard. The thing here, the key here, though, Brent, once he gets into the secondary, simply outraces the defensive back to the end zone for a 68-yard touchdown.
It's been a tough season for that guy. Quarterback Jim Harbaugh, what a nicely thrown ball here.
right on target. But Neil Anderson makes a great catch over the shoulder here, deep in the end zone for the score, 21 yards upfield.
Irv, you agree with me? I hate to leave off Randall Cunningham, but Joe Montana deserves the Pro Bowl, and I think Don Mikowski does for the NFC.
He would get my vote as well, too. He's had a great year. Goes to the 1 yard down there, yard line, set up with a field goal. Here he runs the ball, faking the ball inside and rolling outside on the bootleg, going 17 yards upfield for the score.
Of course, the only way that they can stay alive for that division championship would be for Cleveland to come back in the second half, and they're only down by a field goal. All right, Cincinnati trying to stay alive. Boomer Esiason with 3 touchdown passes. The Bengals have jumped all over the Oilers in Cincinnati today. Pittsburgh, they're still in the hunt for a wild card. They lead the Patriots 14-3. Indianapolis on a pair of Jack Trudeau touchdown passes, and they're ahead of the Dolphins 14-13 at the half. Kansas City punched in a late touchdown in the second quarter. 13-0. Christian Okoye has been shaken up, and we do not have any definitive word there, and the Charger defense had done a good job against him so far also. Barry Sanders, another spectacular day, 13 carries for more than 60 yards and 1 touchdown at last check, and the Lions would win for the 4th straight time if they hold on against Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at Barry Sanders. Here it is. This is why he's so dangerous, Irv.
Well, give it to him. Rookie of the year, right? Here he goes off his left end and does everything with great natural ability, cutting back across field, going upfield for a 34-yard run.
Billy Sims says he runs just like I once did in a Detroit uniform. Oh, Vinny Testaverde, look at him roll up on the ankle there, accidental injury here, and Testaverde was forced to leave. X-rays negative, and he might play in the second half. Here is Sanders' touchdown run. No question about Rookie of the Year, is there?
Well, he gets everybody's vote, right? No question, you're right.
And we'll continue with the NFL today right after these messages from your local station.